the commencement of the abolition of the one-parent family cut from yesterday, July the 1st, for parents whose youngest child is over 7 years of age, by the leader of the so-called Labour Party, Joan Burton. I'm trying to come up with a new name for them because they no longer reflect my ideals of what a Labour Party should be about. These cuts will cause unnecessary hardship for thousands of lone parents and their children and should be abandoned. Father Peter McVerry, in a letter to the Irish Times last week, said, "My experience over the last few years is that increasingly the Department of Social Protection has become hard-hearted and even ruthless, to the dismay of some of its own staff. Ireland has one of the crux of this problem is the chaos that childcare is in Ireland last number of years. The last good policy change was when we introduced Fianna Fáil introduced the one-year free childcare. That was the last improvement was made in this. Nothing has happened since. Ireland has one of the highest childcare costs in the 34 OECD countries, and the average cost of childcare per week in this state is €167, and it's higher in Dublin, much higher in Dublin. Speaking on the Vincent Browne show last night, I said, this is a gendered cut. 98% of lone parents are women. This is the most gendered cut in the history of the Irish state. And it's done by a woman, which adds to the disgrace of it. The Survey of Income and Living Conditions 2013 shows that 23% of one-parent families live in consistent poverty. And this represents an increase of 32% in the inconsistent poverty rate for those families from 2012 to 2013. And another most revered person who I revere very much, Professor Kathleen Lynch, Professor of Equality in UCD, said, compared this to a cut in social reforms in the state. She said, it was found intractable conflict for poor people trying to care for their kids. Now, would you tell me, how do you do a job and be a lone parent and mind children and look after children? Now, I'd like to see the women here are very ambitious and big into their careers. And how can you be ambitious in your career if you're a lone parent and you have nothing to live on? I was with a woman last Friday who has 2 children, and she's a qualified nurse, has degrees in nursing management, and the Vincent de Paul are paying for her food and for electricity. And she lives in the wealthiest constituency in this country, in Dublin Rathdown.